All right, gang, welcome back to our vanilla survival here in Osweiler. It's September, 8 a.m. in the morning. $3,544 in the bank account. Not a good spot to be in, if I'm honest with you. We really don't have the money we need to be able to do anything with these fields that we finished harvesting. Now, we do have things in the actual silo that we can go sell, right? The barley and the wheat and the rye. But as you would imagine, the price is still not the greatest for them. So if we can figure out a few more things to do, at least in September, and then maybe sell them in October, the price will be a little bit better. Still not going to be the best price, and we're going to have to, make do at that point. But let's hope we can find something. I don't know if there's no contracts at all. Wonderful. Well, isn't that wonderful? How am I going to do anything if I have no contract? What can we do without a contract? I guess we'd have to sell stuff, because $3,544 is not enough for us to be able to buy a cultivator, a seeder, a planter, nothing, really. Because we are, playing vanilla here, right? So, plus the DLCs. We need at least 9,500, and we have nowhere near that just to have a cultivator. Now, as far as seeders go, I mean, you're going to at least need 46.5 for a direct. There are some that are a little bit cheaper, like this one that's not a direct drill, but yeah, not having any contracts was not really what I anticipated happening here. I don't know what we're going to do. I guess what we can do is sell some of the crop, or maybe we make the tough decision and sell these two items here, right? The semi and the trailer. I love them, but do we really need them? I mean, I think I can get a cheaper trailer that can just be pulled by the tractor, right? Okay, so let's just... What's in the used market? Anything? Potatoes. Of course there's potatoes. Nothing in the used market. All right, so how much... Oh, there we go. Now there's something out there. What is this? A harvesting contract? Onions. It's only worth... It costs us more to lease the equipment than we're actually going to get paid. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth our time. Okay, so how much are these things worth here? That's worth a lot of money. That could really help us out. Similar to the trailer. Those things could, if we make the changes there and sell those, that's a huge amount of money incoming for us. If we do that, let's just do some math here. If we do that, if we just buy a generic trailer to be able to be pulled by the tractor, somewhere in the 30-ish thousand range probably is what we're going to be dealing with here. Might even get one of these again. These are the one. Well, we got this one specifically in the original one. Maybe we go with that one again, even though it's a little more expensive. This one might be the way to go. 31.5. I think that's probably plenty for us. Okay, so that would take care of that, and then we would have still over 100 grand for cultivating, plowing, planting, seeding, whatever we decide to do here. Speaking of that, what can we put in the ground right now? Just barley, canola, seed radish, wheat. Okay, so we can do some of the new stuff here. We could do green rye, regular rye, mustard, hummus active, Treticle, and vetch rye. So there's a couple things we could do. I don't know. Can any of these seeders do that? Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's just a regular seeder. It's not a planter that takes them. It's the seeders. Okay. Still, I mean, you're going to be looking at this one at a bare minimum 46.5. Really, I don't think I want this one. I think I'd want this one. A direct drill would be a better option for us. We would need a sprayer then after that, though, if we don't plow, if we don't plow, really. Everything else is too expensive in my eyes. I mean, maybe this one, 3 meters versus 4 meters, maybe that one. Either way, we're still, spending, we still have about 50 grand left over after we do all that. I think we have to do it, gang. It's unfortunate because I really wanted to use this, but I just don't see any way forward here. I kind of put myself in a pickle here, I think. I bought... When we set up this series, I bought things that were too expensive instead of keeping some of that money so we could actually make some progress for things we needed. And not having any contracts out there is really killing us, right? I fully expected there to be plenty of contracts out there. There's not. So I guess we got to make a tough decision here, right? I don't really want to skip months or anything like that. I don't really want to do that. So yeah, I guess we'll get... I mean, I really like this, but I guess we'll get rid of it. We did get to use it for a brief period, I guess. I think it's back here. I think. Yeah, there it is. I don't remember where the... I don't remember where the trigger is, though. Okay, right there. And this sucks, actually. I hate this, but, you know, it is what it is. What are you going to do, right? I think we should, we're not going to be able to repaint this one. There's no way. I think we'll get more money out of the truck versus this one, so we'll just repair it and sell it. It's unfortunate that we had to do that. That's two things now, back-to-back episodes we've had to get rid of that we were starting with. But, you know, it is what it is, right? We've got to make some choices here, tough choices, to move on, and that's one of them. There's no rules on anything saying I can't sell anything. I've said that many times. We are 100% allowed to buy and sell whatever we want to do. This is what we started with. I was wanting to keep that for the entirety of the series, but... At the same time, once we got over here and actually saw how much room we had, it was a little, you know, hard to maneuver that thing through our yard. And once we actually have some crops on the ground, it's going to be really difficult, I think, to maneuver that without running over anything. So, is what it is. What are we going to do, right? So we've got some money to play with now, which is a good thing. So, yeah. I think we're going to go the direct drill route. I think I'm going to buy that Highlands Fishing Map Pack trailer that we were just looking at, because it is not the exact same one we were utilizing in the last Vanilla Survival, but it's a similar one, so I think we're going to go with that. It should be sufficient for right now, too. This is the one we had before. We're going to go with this one. It has the ability for an extension, but right now I'm not going to worry about the extension. I guess I could try to make the color the New Holland blue, just to kind of match it a bit. I'll add a trailer hitch. I like wide tires. Everyone knows that. I like my Michelins as well. Okay, there we go. And I think that's sufficient. So 32,750. That should be plenty for the time being with the fields we have. And we've got 130,000 left. So let's get a seeder. I think I'm going to go a different route than what we were doing before. We were doing the plowing before. I don't think I'm going to worry about that. I think we're going to go the spraying approach. So I'll get a direct drill. Since we've got a little bit of money to spend here, I think I'm going to go with... I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. I get that, but I think I'm going to go with this one because it has the option for seed and for fertilizer. And I like that. Okay, so this is just seeds by itself. If I want the fertilizer, it's 10,000 more. That's fine. I'm willing to spend the 68. That's fine. I don't need a ridge marker. It's expensive, but it's worth it. You know what? I should buy some seeds and fertilizer while I'm up here, right? I'm going to buy 2 pallets of seeds. May not be enough. Also, it could be too much. I don't know, but we're going to do that anyway. I'll buy 2 of these as well. These is a little bit of money, but not a ton. But in a much better spot than we have been, let's put it that way. It was a tough call doing that, right? Getting rid of that semi and that trailer, but I think it's for the best. I don't know if this is going to work. It's not going to work. I thought maybe there'd be a slim chance that maybe it would be able to connect to the back of it, but it doesn't have the same exact connection. So, I mean, you kind of expected that, but... Anyway, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Actually, at the time of this recording, I did see that we just successfully hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel, which is absolute insanity. So, thank you very, very much. It means a lot. The continued support that you have all showed. It means a lot, man. I really appreciate it. I will be having... It probably is already out, actually, by the time this one is released to you. I will have a 10,000 subscriber special that I will be doing. It'll be a one-off video, a bit of a challenge to an extent, that hopefully sounds interesting to you and that you will be willing to consider taking part in. I think it will be more fun if we have some other people take part in it, but it's just a one-off, one video. Not multiple videos, not a series, just a one video challenge. But yeah, 10,000, man, that's insanity. I never expected that we would be at 10,000 as fast as we have, man. It's something special. I love it. On to 20,000 now, right? Or I guess 15. I guess that should be the next big milestone is 15, but yeah, 10,000 subscribers in about almost exactly 2 years is, I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, man. That's it's quite a feat for me. I've had my other channel. I've mentioned that I know a number of times towards the end of the episodes. I always normally mention my other channel, and you know, I've had that one for a long time, and I just surpassed 3,000 on that one, and that was a huge milestone there. But yeah. Goes without saying how much I appreciate each and every single one of you for your continued support. Okay, so we need to unfold this to actually be able to fill it, so let's do that. Kind of expected to have slightly more than one pallet, and it was actually a lot more than one pallet, but, you know, whatever. Solid fertilizer, it must be a small capacity for the solid fertilizer because the seeds look a lot larger. So I probably didn't need to buy 2 of those, but, you know, whatever. Maybe it's the exact same amount. It doesn't look like it. It's slightly smaller. Slightly smaller. Okay. So, what are we going to put in? Well, I want to use some of the new, well, I say the new, some of the different types of crops that are included with this map. I really want to try to incorporate a lot of those. So we harvested rye. We didn't drill any rye. I'm kind of leaning towards... I'm kind of leaning towards mustard today. I think that would be a fun one to do. I don't know which field I want to put mustard in, though. I think I'm going to put it in one of the bigger ones. The 2 over on the side of the hill there. Yeah, let's put it in one of the bigger ones. As far as which one, I don't know. You know what I should do? I wasn't thinking about it until just now. What I should do, which one pays the best? That's what we need to be looking at right now. Which one pays the best? Outright, because we're probably not going to be able to, you know. It must be down below. Hold on a second. And okay, or not. Did I just miss it? There's nothing there for mustard. Well, Where are we supposed to sell it at, then? That's a little weird, right? You would think it'd be here in the main list. I mean, the spelt, the rye, and everything, they're there. Maybe they named it something different. Maybe I'm just missing it. Let me take a second here. I know this is probably not the most exciting thing to watch, but just give me a minute here. I don't see it anywhere. Well, I don't know. I said we were going to do mustard. Let's do mustard. I guess we'll figure this out. Maybe I have to put down a sell point. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows. Maybe somebody can let me know down below in the comments if they know. I don't know why that's why some of these crops that are on this map clearly are not showing up in the menu there, but other ones are. Let me know down below if you know why. Now we have... Do we have the data for all these? Because we are playing with precision farming on here. We do not. So we should buy the data here. I should have already did it before I started drilling this field, but that's alright. Let's buy the data for all of these. Okay. So it's not the greatest, actually. A lot of silty clay here on this field. Well, evidently I just drilled part of that field for somebody. I don't own this field. It's weird that it even allowed me to do it. Right? I feel that's super weird that that was even a possibility. Anyway. Very, very red as far as the nitrogen goes here. Not a good spot to be in, but once we get all of this done, it'll be better. We've got to put some lime down, too. Don't really have a spreader right now. We're going to need to get one, but we don't have a spreader. That's going to be another difficult selection we have to make, I guess, on what we're going to do there. Because we got to get a sprayer. We know that, and we're going to need a spreader. The spreaders aren't cheap, right? But hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully next month, you know, the price will be slightly better than what it is, because I think we're going to have to sell that crop. I just don't see another way forward here. Everything's so expensive. It's hard to manage here, right? That's the whole point. That's why it's a difficult challenge. Vanilla type of equipment is just so expensive. Now, we will be turning on steering assist here in a bit, but I mean, I expect it to be causing me issues like it always does, but we're just going to kind of do a little bit of the headland stuff here first, and then we can turn that on. It's very weird, man. I don't understand. So in the competitive one-tile challenge episode that will be out, let's see. I don't know if this is coming out Wednesday or if this is coming out Friday. I don't remember which day this is coming out. I guess it really depends on when that 10,000 subscriber special comes out. I guess. If this Thursday, if this is, let's see. Well, I guess how are you gonna know? Maybe kind of a bit of a spoiler, but maybe not. So I did put something down in the competitive one-tile challenge, and with that as well, there was something that was missing from the shop, and even after testing, putting down a sell point, that specific item still didn't show up in the menu. So, and I would have thought that this specific item that I'm talking about, again, I'm not giving what that is away in case you haven't watched it yet, so I don't spoil anything. It's kind of you know, like a basic thing. It's something that's included, I guess, in the base game, I guess is how I can put it. The one I put down, the production for it was not a base production, but the actual item that I'm talking about, it's in most of what's in the base maps. But it's not showing up there either. So I don't know if it's because of a most recent update again that Giants screwed something up again, or if it's always been like that and I just never noticed it. I don't know. It'll be clear once you watch the competitive one-tile challenge. And if you do know or have thoughts, please make sure you let me know on that series, because I don't know. It's weird. I was talking with the guys about it, and they said that, you know, even if it's not in the actual menu, it will still sell for a price. It's just going to be kind of a randomized price. You don't know. But I kind of want to know, right? Like, I don't want to just sell it all the time for a randomized price. Like, that's that kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? I'm wanting to try to keep it and sell it when it's the best time to sell it. So, anyway, I'll leave it at that. I don't know why, but if somebody does know, let me know down below why mustard's not showing up in the menu here. But spelt and everything else, rye, etc. Excuse me, rye, etc. And all of those are. I don't understand it. Okay, so let's see. Let's turn the steering assist on here. Let's see how bad the steering assist goes. I expect it to go pretty badly. I guess not. It's staying relatively where it's supposed to, so maybe not. Okay. So, we're going to do mustard in this field. The other big field over there, let's see. If we look at the menu here, the map here, we've got this month and we have next month, and that's it. We can't plant anything else after this month and next month. Realistically, I probably should be doing canola because it's worth a lot of money, but, you know, whatever. There's only a small window for spelt. Did you see that? Why is there such a small window for spelt? Yeah, spelt's not in here either. Oh, it's down here. Okay. But spelt's worth a decent amount of money, though. Okay, well, I think that makes my decision on what I'm going to do on that smaller field over there. Maybe I should do it on the bigger field. Maybe we should do the other small field today with something else and put the spelt in the bigger field. That's probably what we should do, actually, now that I say that. Probably should save the other bigger field for the next episode, because who knows if we're going to have another contract in there for us to do anything. I mean, today was... Well, now there's tons of contracts. Of course there is. Of course. Of course there is. Oh, boy. It's one thing after another here, isn't it? Guess maybe I should have not started the episode till 9 a.m. instead of starting it at 8 a.m., I guess. Too late now. Nothing we can do about it. We've already sold it. There's no going back now. But even so, right? I think we were going to have to make that tough call anyway, because even if we did all those contracts, we weren't going to have enough. And there's not enough money there in those contracts for us to be able to get to where we need to be. And really, it would take us hours to get some of those done. You know, like the carrot. That carrot would be, and the pea, those all take forever, right? They take a long, long time. So it's not like it's going to be, in theory, something that could have been done quickly to make us that money, right? It would have probably been multiple episodes would have had to happen for us to be able to get there. And even so, this was 56, 60,000, 65,000, I think, really. And that's not including the seeds and fertilizer. Now, we could have got the other one a little bit cheaper. It would have been probably about $10,000 cheaper, something along those lines. But, I mean, we would have been hurting. We would have been hurting, right? So, I think, unfortunately, this was the best choice that we could have made. Just going to do one more kind of a headland pass here just to give myself a little more room here when we're turning around. And I'm actually going to come back that way and hit the edges there. Even if I have the steering assist on, I don't think it was going to hit those edges. It always seems to leave the very edge there not seated. And it's probably not really going to make that big of a difference, but I want to do it anyway, so here we are. All right, well, we're going to get the rest of this mustard in, and then we'll put... whoop. Ooh, I don't know what the hell happened just there, but okay. We'll get the rest of this done, and then, yeah, we'll put something else in that small field over there. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do yet for the small field. We know we're going to do spelt in the big one in the next month. Maybe we do vetch rye. Maybe. I mean, I'm assuming it's probably the same thing as regular rye, but I don't know. Or maybe green rye. Yeah, maybe we do green rye. I don't know. One of the ryes. We'll put one of the ryes in there. All right, we're almost done here, gang, and I think I screwed up a little bit there. I've done this in the past where I already started drilling that field over there, 118, right? And obviously, it ruined the whole update for precision farming. So we might end up having to do some other things to try to make that a little bit more whole as far as the nitrogen goes. I might have to put more nitrogen down because it's clearly not registering that anything's been put down at all. So we will see, I guess, when the next month rolls around what we'll have to do there, but yeah, not looking the greatest if I'm honest with you. But this field is in really good shape, actually. A nice orangish yellow, which is about as best as you can get considering the soil levels. So we'll put this away. Those are the two big things we needed to do. We obviously had to make those tough decisions earlier, but those are the two big things we needed to do today. Probably will look right now about getting a fertilizer spreader and putting lime down. Now, the big problem we're going to run into, as I've mentioned, is if we do that, which I think we probably should, but if we do that, we're going to be putting ourselves in a bit of a pickle when it comes to having a sprayer of any sort to... and evidently, I can't get this thing in the shed. Having a sprayer to, spray and herbicide the field, right? Now, hopefully, there'll be some contracts that we could potentially do to help get us to that point. But we need to at least look and see. So, for a lime, spreader. We're not looking good here. We kind of knew that, right? So if we're going to get any of these, which we really can't, but if we were going to get any of them, it'd have to be this one, and it would leave no money at all for anything else. A sprayer, I don't think there's anything super cheap out there. Yeah, 30 grand is the cheapest one we can get. So I don't know. I think we might have to just bypass doing the lime for this instance, at least for right now. Again, I don't really want to sell the crop this month because the price is still really, really bad. And it's not going to be that much better next month, as I mentioned. But, you know, it will be, hopefully, give us a few extra $100 in the account, which at this point, things we desperately, desperately need. So the only other thing we can really think about doing today is maybe putting down the chickens again. But, again, that's going to take up money that we probably need. So I think what I'm going to end up doing here is bypassing doing any of that and accepting that this first harvest is going to be a little weak for us. And kind of go from there. So we'll leave the episode at this point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like, subscribe button for me in case you've yet to do so. They're free. They help me a ton. Thank you to my members. I cannot thank them enough. There is a link down below if you're interested in that. You get early access to videos like this one, including the competitive one-tile challenge. You also get a members series that occurs once a month where we kind of go through different ideas that are in my head or that I've wrote down on paper and see if we can make it work as a challenge or a series, if nothing else. In the game, and then get your inputs, and I try to incorporate any and all ideas that I can that make sense from all of you as well. My other channel is down there. I'm doing playthroughs in Red Dead Redemption, High on Life 2, and the DLC for Dynasty Warriors Origins that just recently came out. So if you're interested in that, check out my other channel. My Discord's down there. Everything you need, always, it's down below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you next time.